The sun is shining and it's a beautiful day in the Kalahari. Join me for a game drive and let's go see what this place has got to offer. This 38,000 square kilometer national park is found where South Africa, Botswana, and Namibia meet. With the majority in Botswana and the rest in South Africa, it is a beautiful place to visit. The majority of the roads are found in the riverbeds, like this one in the Nosal River. During the 1930s, many waterholes were established in the riverbed. Initially, to supply the British Army's horses with water in case of invasion from Namibia, but nowadays a very important water source for many animals in this area. A large range of animals would never be able to occur here, like for instance the blue wildebeest, if it wasn't for these water sources. In years gone by, they would have only visited these areas during years with high rainfall, when there was surface water available. Other times they would move away. Nowadays, with open water, they are here all year round. But they do have to approach these waterholes very carefully because a number of predators has learnt that this is the perfect place to catch their prey. When drinking, you should never close your eyes. You never know what is lurking in the tall grass. You can easily see how a big lion like this can simply disappear when it is lying down in the tall grass. 1 minute he's there, the next minute he's gone. When in the open, it's a little bit easier to spot him. In the open, like this one, the lions are very visible, but as soon as they're in the grass, they disappear. Difficult to imagine that the animal this size can just completely disappear in a couple of seconds. The Kalahari is an arid region, and due to the lack of surface water, this area was largely uninhabited for most of the year. It was only during years with lots of water that people were able to venture into this area, mostly for hunting. Even hunter-gatherers like the Sun avoided this area during the drought periods. Boreholes were sunk and equipped with windmills such as this one. Nowadays, the majority is being replaced by solar pumps. Not quite the same atmosphere as the old windmills, but a lot easier to maintain. These waterholes also attract a lot of other species, such as the greater kudu. It is worthwhile to spend some time sitting at the waterholes, not only for the large mammals that come in, but also for the myriad of birds that come to drink over here. This Cape Crow was desperately trying to find something in the ground, and I sat there for quite a while watching him foraging around. Often it is these smaller animals that provide a lot of entertainment in the Kalahari. linked to the Awab River in the west by two dune roads. One known as the Lower Dune Road and the other one known as the Higher Dune Road. This specific one is the Higher Dune Road. There's also an excellent opportunity to see what the dune veld looks like between the riverbeds. A lot of grass and very different type of trees that we are finding over here. The big camel thorn trees are quite rare, but you do find a lot of grey camel thorn in these areas. Where the North tends to be quite open, the Awab riverbed is much narrower. The dunes much closer on this side. And this gives the Awab a completely different feel from the North River. At the furthest northern point of the Awab in South Africa, we find Mata Reska, my destination for this part of the trip. This is the riverfront chalet for 4 people. Let's have a look. Let's see what it looks like inside. Inside, first of all, kitchen with fridge, basically everything I need to be able to make some food. One bedroom on the right hand side with a double bed. And its own ensuite bathroom. Small little living room. Then the second bedroom over here, with also its own ensuite bathroom. But I think the most important we will find on the outside over here. This is the bit that I'm actually looking forward to. Look at this braai area outside, and just over there, those little tree over there, is the waterhole. So beautiful setting. This is a nice one. Like in any natural system, diseases and parasites is always there. In this case, a black-backed jackal with sarcoptic mange, which is a type of mite. At certain times of the year, this is more prominent, and unfortunately it is contagious. It, however, does not kill the jackals. It will just be very, very unsightly, and it can be very discomforting. Sick, old, and weak animals can, however, die as a consequence. Kgalagadi is a national park. In general, the protocol is to say that man make, man cure, nature make, nature cure. Therefore, a natural occurring disease like the sarcoptic mange, would not be interfered with by the conservation department. In general, the plants of the Kalahari are relatively low in mineral content. Therefore, animals such as the Gemsbok would very often be eating the soil in order to supplement their mineral intake. This is known as geophagy. It's quite interesting to see how this Gemsbok is using his front hoofs to break the crust in order to get to some of these more mineral-rich soils that he will need to survive in this area. stay inside the park. But during this trip, I decided to treat myself, and I spent one night at the Kgalagadi Lifestyle Center, just outside the entrance of the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park. I loved it over here, and I will definitely spend some more time at this lodge. Kgalagadi Lifestyle Lodge, chalet number 17. Only one night, but I think this is going to be a nice one. View down into the Nosop riverbed, just outside the park, probably about 5 kilometers away from the park. Bathroom. First bedroom. And second bedroom. Back in the park, it is always a happy sight to see the grader coming from the front. The roads can at times be very bumpy, but if you see these guys come past, you know there's smooth driving ahead of you. Yes, it's a bit of dusty, but a lot easier to drive on. Another iconic Kalahari species is the Springbok. To the eastern parts of South Africa, where the bush is a lot denser, they are replaced by impala. But here in the drier areas, these guys flourish. Large herds of them occur all through the area. From time to time, you might be lucky enough to see the springbok bouncing around like little rubber balls. This is an anti-predator behavior called pronking, and is basically used to tell any predator in the area, I'm fit, I'm strong, I'm healthy. Leave me alone. You are not going to be able to catch me. Like many antelope species that occur in the open areas, both males and females has got horns. In areas with dense bush, we found that it is usually the males that has got horns. This is in order for the females to be able to protect their young against any predators that might be around. Ostrich is another interesting species that occur here. A lot of people know that yes, this is the world's largest bird. But did you know that this is also the birds with the smallest egg with relation to its body size? Birds can often be seen taking a dust bath. This is usually done in order to get rid of some of the external parasites that might be on the feathers of these birds. Surely looks like this ostrich male is having a great time getting rid of those parasites. Wildebeest is just one very interesting species. Amongst the herd, there's always something on the go. And you never know when there's just that one that's a little bit more inquisitive than the others. Like this youngster that wants to come and have a look at this strange thing parked in the road. At the entrance of the park is Twee Rivieren, my last camp for this section of my trip through South Africa. My chalet at Twee Rivieren for the next 3 nights. Kitchen, couple of beds, table to properly work at, and the bathroom. All very straightforward, nothing fancy, basic, practical, and that's it. The sun is setting in the Kalahari, temperatures goes down, and fires get lit. A magical time of the day in this place. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you there soon.